you with. Oh, hello. That's it. I need to figure out where I am. Hang on. I also need. Hang on. I'll just pop this on a second. Oh God. Right, so I am now live. So that means hello everyone and welcome back to welcome back to the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. In a different room this time, we are currently in my bedroom. Don't worry, I might move everything back over, but for now, we're in my bedroom. Yes, in the last episode, we had gone, we continued on with Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, and the final episode in the mainline episodes to that Revolution. And we were doing the investigation. Apollo almost drowned. We found a secret cave. And we're now going to go up against Phoenix Wright. Are you ready? No, because neither am I. So let's just do this. May 17th, 10:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Just so you know, I'm not going to take sides. Message received, loud and very clear. Good, because I don't like this one bit. You and Daddy should be on the same team. Sorry, Trucy. Wow, she really is mad. I'm sorry too, little lady. This is all my fault. I just worry things will never be the same between Daddy and Apollo. They can go through with this. Is that all? Well, I wouldn't worry about that. That's the way it is with us men. We fight, but we don't burn bridges. No! Yeah, well, you know, apart from that one bridge that Phoenix did try and cross, that was on literal fire. Sure. Want me to do a trading blows? Next, we're having drinks together. We're simple creatures at heart. I sure hope you're right. Saying late, Apollo. Athena, there you are. What happened with you and Mr. Wright yesterday? Well there. And I'm going to the wrong airport. I was waiting, I think this flight's really late. Before I knew it, I dozed off. By the time I woke up, I was already dark. I figured something like that had happened. Being late and dozing off are the two things you do best. Guilty as charged. So then I take you have no idea what today's case is about? Not a clue. Sorry. What is today's case about, if I may ask? Another locked room mystery? A suspect with a flimsy alibi? Ooh, or a dying message. Sorry. Strike 3, you're out. It's a civil case this time. A civil case? You act like I'm speaking Swahili here. It's just training an agency specializes in criminal law. Or so I thought. In civil cases, there are no prosecutors, right? Instead, both parties retain an attorney. Right. And the other attorney is someone you know very well. Really? Who? The trial begins shortly. Please proceed to the courtroom at once. Okay. Let's do this. Apollo, wait, who's the other attorney? Where is Mr. Wright? I don't explain. Let's go. Okay. Remind you. I'm not going to like this one bit. I know I'm not going to like this one bit. Because I know Phoenix is not going to pull any punches. Or, no, he's going to pull all punches. Or whatever it is. There's Phoenix. On the wrong side of the courtroom, might I add.
Court is now in session. Is this sort of some sort of practice session? A mock trial, perhaps?
No.
No, it's not, Your Honor.
It's the real deal, Your Honor.
So then you two have had a falling out? I won't have you using my courtroom for that, you know.
It's nothing like that, Your Honor.
Exactly.
It just so happens we have different clients in this case.
I see. Well, here's hoping this has no real adverse effect on your working relationship, pardon me.
You can say that again. I had no idea we'd be up against the boss today. You sure this is a good idea, Apollo?
What? Do you want to switch sides?
Honestly, I'd rather be anywhere but here. Right now. Well, at least she is here. I'm really gonna need her help. Mr. Justice? Yes? Don't expect me to pull any punches just because you're the opposing lawyer. As I said, the kid gloves are off. And come on, May. They'll stay off. Same here, Mr. Wright. It's the fight you want, it's the fight you'll get. Seriously? Oh, Christ. Yeesh, you guys are really jumping in the bit, aren't you?
I don't mind a good fight between co-workers. Just keep this civil case civil. Now then, the plaintiff would take the stand. We may begin.
Left, right, left, halt! Noble Judge! Matt Berry. Noble Judge, members of the gallery, good day to you. I am politician. This is but the start of my epic campaign, and you all have the honor of witnessing it. I believe the youth of this country are our very future. I was gonna just quickly make sure it is. Oh God, it is very laggy. Oh good Lord above. Don't do this now. Okay. Too long have they been looked down on and given the cold shoulder. So to them I say, that's not what you can do for your country. That's what you are here.
Mr. Addition, what is that crazy contempt of writing?
Ask what you can do for me. It's my custom-made election-winning campaign mobile. Beautiful, isn't it?
You're at a witness stand, not a campaign podium. Come out of there this instant. All right. Now, the plaintiff's attorney, Mr. Wright, please explain the complaint filed against the defendant.
Mr. Attition's complaint against the defendant is simple. The defendant, one Dirk Marley, stole my client's family heirloom, a crystal of Ami Faye. Mr. Attition merely seeks its return. This wouldn't have happened if that archaeologist hadn't kicked the bucket.
I see. Well, Mr. Justice, let's have your opening statement, if you would.
The defense asserts the item in question is the Founder's Orb, a sacred relic from WRIGHT.
Go on.
It seems someone asked an archaeologist, Dr. Army Buff, to study the orb, and Dr. Buff determined that it was a Kuranese national treasure known as the Founder's Orb. The very orb that was stolen from a treasure room in WRIGHT several years ago.
Why, yes, there's a news report about that.
Several weeks ago. I was going to say several years ago.
The theft of Kuranese national treasure caused quite an uproar in the kingdom.
Well, we believe that it was not, in fact, a theft in the traditional sense, but rather that it was spirited out of WRIGHT by someone for Dr. Buff to study.
You don't say. You don't say. And?
Around that time, an acquaintance of the defendant learned of Dr. Buff. He made contact with the doctor, who agreed to hand over the orb. Apparently the doctor wanted nothing to do with it once he'd learned it had been stolen.
There seems to have even a transfer agreement between both parties.
Mr. Sarmani also agreed to return the Founder's Orb to the Kingdom of WRIGHT. Once the doctor verified it was the real thing.
I see. So this dispute centers on whether the item in question is the Founder's Orb or the Crystal of Arife. That in turn will determine the object's rightful owner.
I'd better bring my A game. Going up against Mr. Wright won't be a walk in the park.
Come to think of it, the name Dirk Sabmati sounds awfully familiar. I can't recall where I've heard it.
Oh, it's probably your imagination, Your Honor. He's just a tourist after all.
My imagination, you say?
You sure about this, Apollo? He's a wanted criminal in WRIGHT, isn't he? In WRIGHT? Yes. Here, he's just a tourist.
Very well, let's begin the proceedings. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness?
First witness is Emma. Emma? Show me some manners. Wearing card. I know, it's just... This is a civil trial, so I was surprised to see a detective take the stand. I had to do some digging on Dr. Buff. What for? Here's a point, me, Apollo. First, you know I'm not just a detective, I'm a forensic scientist. Do try to remember that. Second, you owe Mr. Wright an apology. After all he's done for you, you have some nerve. First, I'm sorry. And secondly, I'm really just trying to do my job. I'll never get anywhere with that attitude. Take some advice from someone who's been there. Why do I feel like I'm the one on trial here?
Detective Sky, your testimony if you please.
Well, things have had their eyes on Dr. Buff for some time, and just today a number of stolen artifacts were discovered in his study. Among them were a priceless urn and statue that was stolen from the Fake clan. It seems the doctor would do anything to study artifacts, including steal them. As for the relic of the centre of this dispute, he likely stole it from the Attition residence. The doctor is a thief? Why am I just hearing about this now? Well, cat burglar isn't something he put on his resume. He was more careful than that. The fact is, he was a classic treasure hunter. A treasure hunter, huh? The people are thrilling adventures in exotic places, risking life and limb for glory. I doubt Dr. Buff was the star of his own hit movie series, Athena. Out of respect for the dead, I will say that Dr. Buff wasn't doing it to get rich. Apparently, he only wanted to borrow artifacts to, well, study them. He'd return them as soon as his research was finished.
According to the doctor's child, he would even repair and restore some of the artifacts he stole before returning them. He believed he was honoring the dead by discovering their history through artifacts. But whatever lofty ideas he held, it makes no difference. Larceny is larceny.
Yes, he certainly sounds no different from a regular thief to me.
So, okay, let's just say for a moment, the doctor really did moonlight in stealing artifacts. Might he not have stolen the Founder's Orb in Khura'in and brought it back here himself? Nope. There's no record of him travelling overseas in the past few years. Plus, he couldn't very well leave his reclusive child at home all alone.
This really must be the crystal of Amifei.
Yes, he stole it from a Titian residence so he could steal it. Wait, what? Study it. He stole it from it. I was going to say, Jesus Christ. This is the left hook I did not need.
And he never saw that coming apart.
Yeah, when Mr. Rice said the kid gloves were off, he wasn't kidding.
Miss Rosses, you may receive your all cross-examination.
Oh, God. Right.
Hold it!
How exactly did Dr. Buff arouse the suspicion of the police anyway?
Trying not to get old-fashioned sleuthing. After investigating countless artifact thefts over the past few years, police finally zeroed in on him, and the doctor became their prime suspect.
A number of those artifact thefts occurred in Khura'in village too, if I might add. And they started right around the time the doctor moved there. But he was never arrested. There's nothing concrete linking him to a crime.
No, which is why we never were able to get a search warrant in the first place. It's hard to write artifact thieves unless you catch them red-handed. Still, the police had him under constant surveillance.
Hold it!
Are you sure these allegedly stolen artifacts are the real deal? Oh my God.
They're not fakes, that's for sure. Take the urn, for example. Apparently it's an extremely intricate work of art. Its design, cracks, and other features would be impossible to replicate perfectly.
Actually, I've had a few run-ins with that urn myself, so I was shocked to see it there in the doctor's study. I can say without a doubt, that urn was stolen from the Fey clan.
I see. Detective Sky, please continue your testimony, if you would.
Among them were a priceless urn and a statue that was stolen from the Fey clan.
Hold it!
Were any other stolen artifacts found besides those belonging to the Fays?
Yes, for instance.
Remember the large relief on the wall? It was chiseled out of some ancient ruins in the kingdom of Khura'in several years ago. Chiseled out? Didn't that damage it?
Well, the inner side of the parts that were so faded you could barely see them anymore. It seems he intended to return it someday, so one could say his intentions were good. But good intentions are no get out of jail free card, that's a fact.
If I might add, with the respect for the deceased, the quality of restoration was apparently exceptional. It seems the doctor invested a lot of money in hiring an extremely talented specialist.
He sounds like a good man.
Who took a wrong turn somewhere. I guess Sarge takes after him in that way.
Any further questions? If not...
Hold it!
Have these alleged thefts been going on for some time?
At least 5 years, as far as we can tell. All those thefts have been local. But before moving to Khura'in village, he had been stealing from marines around the world.
Dr. Buff was an international criminal?
His tale lends itself to one conclusion. Dr. Buff was a thief.
Oh, gee, me.
Hold it!
You claim you stole a family heirloom from the Artisan residence. You're claiming something that doesn't make it true.
Unfortunately, it's true.
How can you be so sure?
This spot was found considered theft 1 year ago, in fact.
What? A whole year ago?
August 25th of last year, to be exact. The report states, and I quote, Crystal MFA was discovered to be missing. From the Artisan storehouse at 10 a.m., the storehouse lock had been picked. Signed, Politician Wimperson.
Well, your old report only lends the plaintiff's claim credence. The doctor really could have stolen crystal from Amy Faye.
That's your honour. But the founder's orb was only found to be missing several weeks ago. This is nearly a year after the crystal theft was reported. Therefore, I believe you must consider the orb and the crystal to be two separate items.
Politician Wimperson. Not the most awe-inspiring talent, is it? I can see why he could it.
Not that it inspires confidence. Not that he inspires confidence without it. Still, I'd probably do the same in his shoes.
Police report was filed about the crystal theft a year ago.
The theft of the founder's orb was only reported a few weeks ago. The Six Crystals police report was filed away before the orb was found missing. That's just stolen relic of the crystal army fame, as Mr. Esthetician Wimperson asserts.
I don't know police report is a fake. After all, Henry's the only one who submitted it as evidence.
Still, I feel like something we learned in that police report is important somehow.
Objection!
No. There's something off about that statement.
Seems very reasonable to me.
No, something's definitely not right if you listen pretty carefully. I am the one saying, you've got to know when to hold them. Oh my god, pop references! You've got to know when to hold them. Know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away. Bless me, you know when to run.
Oh, I love this one. Know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting. When the singing's done.
Objection!
Nope, not that either. Get about 5 minutes to figure out the answer to that.
Objection!
No. Kenny Rogers. It's literally called The Gambler. It's a song by Kenny Rogers. Go and listen to it. It's absolutely amazing song.
It's just weird, does that statement sound like a bit dubious?
You know what? You're right. Thanks, Tina.
Anytime.
Now take another look at the evidence. It's the last one.
Objection!
No.
Objection!
No.
Enough, I see no need to further prolong this trial. If my dragons have failed to sufficiently show their right to the item in question. Therefore, ownership is hereby awarded to the plaintiff, Mr. Politician.
That creep politician stole the founder's orbs right out of our hands. Dream of revolution in the kingdom of Crane died that day. We returned to our daily lives. As for my relationship with Mr. Wright, the word awkward comes to mind. Let's just say it never really was the same.
Hold it!
So you gotta press it.
Objection!
Of course. The doctor stole the relic from the plaintiff? Are you sure? Because that statement doesn't agree with a certain piece of evidence.
What do you mean?
Take a look at this.
What about it?
This contains an email from the doctor's computer.
Email? Not a little piece of plastic? No, that won't do. That's magic. I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh, how do I explain this? You're an old guy, right? This stick here can store all sorts of computer data. Okay?
I shall go get it.
Here, just look at this. Apparently the doctor was putting his research findings to a certain individual. Pardon me. Now take a look at this. It's the police report Detective Sky presented to this court. You can see the plaintiff's legal name on it. Politician Wimperson. P.A.W.
I see why he dropped Wimperson from his name. That's hardly breaking news.
A little closer, Your Honor. Gah! His initials! Right. The plaintiff's full name, legal name is Politician Wimperson. Now consider this. The email's recipient address starts with the three letters. P-A-W? Ah! Don't tell me. Oh, but I will anyway. The individual who hired the doctor to study the disputed item is none other than Politician Wimperson. Wait, then that means... Exactly. He would have asked the man who stole his family heirloom to study it. Therefore, how could this possibly be the crystal of Ami Faye? Ah!
Oh, we never checked the doctor's emails. He can't even figure out the password to his computer.
The plaintiff willingly left the orb in the doctor's care so he could study it. At the behest of his benefactor, whatever.
Wait, then what about a police report? I have all the details of the theft right here.
It's probably for another relic. The real crystal of Ami Faye. He's just using the report as a way to claim that our orb is actually his stolen crystal.
Objection!
And how are you so certain that Paul refers to my client's initials? Maybe the email's recipient was a dog lover. Perhaps. So let's get to know your client a little better, shall we? It's Politician Wimperson. I suppose shutting down the detractors is all part of the politician's job. Answer me this, Mr. Attition Wimperson. What is... What is your birthday? My birthday is July 11th. What's it to you? Do you mean that it's the 11th day of the 7th month, or the 7th day with the 11th 7th month of the 11th day? So Politician Wimperson, 7-11, Atten Mail, and Mail. Oh, I see. You can address birthday gifts to my office. But for disclosure, I only accept gift values of $1,000 or more. Why has everyone gone silent?
How can I be that self-centered?
Oh, right. Politician. Did anyone hear that? He said July 11th. July 11th. Or rather, 7-11. Matches the numbers in the email address. But the name and birthday are a match. I hardly think that it's a coincidence. Right. Why, you sneaky little... Like someone finally decided to join the conversation. The plaintiff care to explain. I would like to say that is quite what? Quite a thing you've said. Any other thoughts? I have other comments. I stand by my previous statement.
Hold it!
Okay, bye. You can't just walk away. Here, politicians have to explain themselves in court of law. I'm afraid I simply don't know how it happened. I can't possibly explain matters outside of my purview. Perhaps it was a mistake on the part of my secretary. Oh, no, you don't, you slippery eel. Mr. Wright, would you care to respond? I won't argue your assertion. My client lent the treasure in question to the doctor and asked him to study it. It seems that much is a fact. Now we're getting somewhere. However, it has no bearing on the issue of ownership. How so? Mr. Attition, I fully understand your position here. You had to hide the fact that you sent the crystal out to be studied. Your family would have been very upset if they had found out. It's a family heirloom, after all. You gotta be kidding me. Mr. Wright is, well, right, of course. How about that? He always is. That's why he's my lawyer. The crystal is a precious Attition family heirloom, and has been for centuries. But Dr. Buff was so eager to study its proud heritage, I just couldn't say no. I didn't even tell my grandfather.
Objection!
In order to win the backing of your so-called benefactor, you were going to give what you claim to be the Crystal of Amifei to that person? You were going to give a precious family heirloom away just like that? I was going to explain everything to grandfather later, honest. My client's grandfather is very proud of his grandson for following in his footsteps, and if refusing him meant dashing the dreams of his darling grandson, no doubt the kindly old man could have said no. Well, grandchildren are meant to be spoiled. That's what grandfathers are for. Your Honor? Please. It's been that family for centuries. My grandfather thinks highly of my talents as a politician. That's why he entrusted me with his very important player card today. A petition. A petition. A petition. So I'm sure he would have. I'm sure he would have been okay with me using the crystal as I saw fit. Grandpa spoiled brat.
I think the judge is buying it, Apollo.
No surprise there. He's always got about his own grandchildren after all.
Excuse me. Can I leave now, Mr. Wright?
It's this side. I know it's this side. Technically for me, that side for you. I know what I mean. Because I'm swamped.
I think my work here is done.
Police Detective Sky. Thank you for his assistance.
You're welcome. It's nice to testify at civil trial once in a while. See you around.
Seems the facts have changed somewhat. Detective Wimberson apparently lent his family heirloom to Dr. Buff. Is that it? How would defense like to proceed?
Oh, alright, what now?
Paul, let's see what you know about the so-called Crystal Mammy Fae. Maybe you can find some inconsistencies in their statements.
Right. Hey there, Mr. Wright. The element in question really isn't a tissue in the family heirloom. Let's hear all your client knows about it. Of course. Mr. Attition Wimperson. Please tell the defense everything you know about the crystal's origin. Alright, now then, listen and learn. This is the tale of the Crystal of Mammy Fae and the illustrious history of the Attition clan. Are you ready? Our story begins back in the old country, where the Attition family reigns supreme. My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler. He protected the spirit mediums, a minority back then, from the rest of the locals. Some discriminated against them, you see, while others tried to abuse their power. As thanks, Mammy Fae gave the crystal she had specially made as a gift to him. I am a descendant of the great lord. As such, my political power and influence is backed by centuries of history. Well, that devolved into a great load of aggrandizing. Whatever, propaganda fast. As you can see, the Crystal of Mammy Fae is an heirloom of the esteemed House of Attition. You have proven that those who've been in the Attition family. I have someone who gave a statement to that effect. My client's neighbour, one Ives Shinetto, age 85, gave the following statement. The Attition showed me the crystal back when I was but a lad.
Objection!
You don't really trust the memory of an old man. Mr. Justice.
Do you care? Sorry.
Do you care to explain that statement to the judge? Oh, I mean, what I'm trying to say is,
Never underestimate the memory of your elders. I may forget my verdict the next day, but the memories of my past are clear as day. Therefore, I find Mr. Irishinetto's statement to be perfectly credible.
Wow, did you see how Mr. Wright got the judge on his side? That's definitely a trick I want on my sleeve.
you're not helping, Athena.
Because examine with this was justice.
Hold it!
That object you set down there, is there something of importance to you? It's a name placard. This one here belonged to my grandfather, Abraham Attition. He had it custom made during his distinguished political power, which his name is Abe Attition, which is a petition. He had it custom made during his distinguished political career. It's special because it was crafted from the finest Italian plastic. I wasn't aware the Italians were famous for their fine plastic. You can touch it if you want. No, I'm fine. Very well, I'll just continue with my testimony. Ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler, but he was also an eminent politician.
Hold it!
So I take the relationship with the Fey clan was a close one. A smooth and open line of communication by entire electorate. That is politician way. Huh? Oh, sorry. Is asking about your ancestor? Huh. It's about me or my ancestor. Feel free to ask me anything you'd like. Transparency is going government. That's the politician way. I like dodging questions. That's the politician way. Thanks. I'll be sure to ask when I have something you'll actually answer. As I was saying, the Attention family protected the Fey spirit meters back then. Some discriminated against them, you see, while others tried to abuse their power. As thanks, Sammy Faye gave the crystal she had specially made as a gift to him. What am I doing?
Hold it!
Spirit mediums were tied to discrimination. Yes, some people even treated them like they were monsters. A transformation the mediums underwent when channeling spirits frightened the locals. And then there was those who tried to use them. You mean they sought to control the channeling powers of the mediums? And discriminating against the minority is absolutely despicable. A vote for me is a vote to end discrimination. I vow to root it out wherever it may be. And that is my promise to you. Father! Whatever. I can't do his version. Father! He's totally ignoring your questions. Just think you're a moderator on a political debate. Yeah, only he cares about his talking points. Stunning as your campaign is, could you please get back to your testimony? As you wish. Now then, as for the crystal of Ami Faye.
Hold it!
You said she had it made, so then it was made in Japan? That's right. They say she hired a famous craftsman to make it. And they say it's quite valuable, too. And you were going to take such a priceless family heirloom and just give it to your matron? That's so typical of you ignorant common types. Making difficult decisions when the chips are down is what being a politician is all about. Only when it's in the service of your own political career, you mean. The crystal is a testament to my ancestors' remarkable achievements. And furthermore...
Hold it!
So tell me, Mr. Letitia Wimberson, you famous in Crane Village? You could say that, but I found my popularity to be rather bemusing. Bemusing? Yes, my campaign posters keep going missing as soon as I put them up. My avid supporters and female fans are likely taking them home to hang in their bedrooms. I guess it just really is bliss. Oh, this only proves my fine lineage.
Hold it!
I'm sorry, but is any of that relevant to the issue of the relic's rightful owner? Have you never heard of kingcraft? Kingcraft? It's the art of ruling as a king. My father drilled it into my head from a young age, and one of its precepts states, ruin awaits a ruler who responds to every single issue posed by the masses. Well, that answered my question about what he meant by king of this nation. Progress. Paulo, who is this Ami Faye anyway? Maybe she was a fan of Korean channeling technique. A relative connection and crystal made with his ancestor? I mean, he was made in Japan, right? Yeah, I suppose it would.
Objection!
You stated that Ami Faye had the crystal made for your ancestor. So am I to assume it was made in Japan? That's right. The craftsmanship is unbeatable. Well, that's strange. I don't see how your so-called crystal could have been made there. What are you talking about? It's quite obvious if you take a closer look at this.
Take that!
Take a look at this distinctive design here, according to Dr. Buff. It's a Matama motif, but dating back to the early days of Kingdom of Kurain. Kingdom of Kurain? And do you base this on? Here. Here's a piece of evidence, Your Honor. Herodotus' research notes on the Founder's Orb. This is the box in which the orb was originally stored. It features the same pattern as the one found on the orb. They don't look like the same pattern. Therefore, I assert that the disputed item must have been made in the Kingdom of Kurain. Yeah! My placard! My placard! The Kurain channeling technique originated in the Kingdom of Kurain. And with that in mind, what's to say she didn't bring that pattern back with her? But since this is clearly a Kurainese design, not even you can deny the possibility that it was made there in the Kingdom of Kurain. And it's possible to some extent, that doesn't make it true. So you don't include the orbs from Kurain based solely on that pattern. If it were that simple, I'd just as easy say it's Japanese. It was rather dark, hang on. Yeah. There we go, that should have been light. I have to agree with... Let's have a look, see what my... Someone see me better. I have to agree with Mr. Wright. The pattern alone proves nothing. It also means there's no basis to claim the item dispute was made in Japan either. At this rate, we'll go nowhere fast. He's right. We're just spinning on wheels here. Wonder if there any evidence that could break this stalemate. Evidence could break this stalemate. Honestly, it doesn't exist. It doesn't seem to be anything we can use. At least, not at this point. Well, unless we can find something, this child won't be going anywhere. Oh, is that the right thing to do? Here, that's much better. What's his deal? I have a suggestion. Why don't we consider this from a different angle? I'm listening. What if the Divine Dragons really were authorized to take possession of the relic? I'm afraid I don't know where you're going with this, Mr. Wright. Consider the Orb Transfer Agreement, which states, I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Divine Dragons if I would come to no harm. What if, as the last part suggests, this was written under duress? That would render the agreement null and void. What are you suggesting, Mr. Wright? While you were on your own little cave expedition, I was investigating Dr. Buff's accident. And there was something you overlooked, Mr. Justice. Namely, that his accident might have actually been murder. What? Murder? Mr. Wright, do you realize such statements are not to be made lightly? He's suggesting his doctor was murdered by the Defiant Dragons? Yes, but follow me on this one for a sec. The books that came tumbling down were from the archaeology shelf. However, among my mounted books was a single volume on psychology. What's more, there was some blood on it. Do you feel this is important because? The books that came tumbling down were from the top shelf, the archaeology books. Yes, because the doctor's books were meticulously organised by subject. Archaeology took up the entire shelf, so the psychology book is completely out of place. Can't think of it. Shelves were arranged quite carefully. It's also worth noting that psychology books only take up a tiny part of the bottom shelf. You may wonder why a book in psychology was found to be a part of archaeology books. But I believe I can explain that with a single out-of-place book was doing that. The doctor was struck from behind while selecting a psychology book from the shelf. As for the blood on the book... Precisely. And to make it look like an accident, he was buried under a mountain of archaeology books.
Objection!
Wait a second. This is all just speculation, right? How long have we been going on for? Yeah, I don't think that's a good place. Or do you have proof that it was murder? Well, might go on for a little. Of course I do. You do? On a hunch, I had Detective Sky examine the doctor's head wound. She found that he'd been struck by the corner of some object or another. Wait, what? A wound like that couldn't have resulted from a fall to the floor, you know? Do you understand what this means, Mr. Justice? The wound makes it crystal clear that Dr. Buff was murdered.
What? Well, that was unexpected. Who'd have thought we'd break out of the stalemate like this?
He wouldn't have had it right out from under us. So if he thinks that's enough to make me back down, he's got another thing coming. Even if the cause of death was murder, what makes you think it was the defiant dragons? You should know better than to help base his accusations. Did you forget who you were up against, Mr. Justice? Huh? You didn't actually think I'd come to court without witnesses or evidence, did you? What are you talking about? I'd like to request further testimony from the plaintiff. Specifically, I would like the court to hear how he saw one of the rebels leaving the crime scene. He saw what?
He didn't prove his murder, then that's the end of our claims right to the yard. Do you have this leave this up your sleeve the whole time?
How can Mr. Wright do this to us? There's a way to spring this trap. This trial has taken another unexpected turn. But I must mention, Mr. Wright, that you have yet to identify the murder weapon. The object used to commit the murder was not located at the scene of crime. The murderer likely disposed of it elsewhere. Well, I never thought we'd be deliberating the issue of murder at a civil trial. All right, Mr. Attention Wibberson, your testimony if you please. Prepare to be dazzled. Dazzled by charismatic oration forced in the crucible of campaign battles. I think that is a very good place to leave off, just as we're starting the cross-examination. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, please, as always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help. Click the bell icon down below to be notified when I live stream or upload a video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!